Yo, what is up, people? And welcome one more time. Welcome back to the Max Factor. And for those of you guys that are tuning in for the very first time, the Max Factor is this. It's about finding the one thing in your life that you're most passionate about and then discovering the courage to go after that one thing. I was fortunate enough to have a mom and a dad that encouraged me to find my passion, to be my best, to pursue my dreams. And that's why this podcast is named after my dad, and it's called the one and only Max Factor. And the idea behind this whole thing is to help each and every person literally on the face of the earth find their one thing, find their Max Factor. And we're really fortunate today to have with us one of our members, Melissa, from our Clinton, New Jersey location that I say there's just a couple things in Clinton, New Jersey. There's horses, there's cows, I think there's even bears.
There are bears.
And then there is the Max Challenge. And
Yes,
we're fortunate
there
to have
is.
amazing members like you who just love the program and have gotten fantastic results and drive whatever it is, like 2 hours or whatever, all the way over here to Central New Jersey in like below zero weather, weathering, what is it that's coming? A squall?
A snow squall is coming. We might be stuck here.
We might be stuck here. I mean, we've got canned food and stuff, you know, Max
Yeah,
compliant canned food.
I was just going to say,
It's got to be Max compliant canned food. But, you know, if there is a squalor, we're 100%, we're prepared. We're prepared for it.
We're good.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. I know a bit about your story and how you overcame adversity and came to the Max Challenge and totally crushed it. But
Yeah, I mean, we all have stuff, right? We all go through different challenges in our life. Last year, I went through something major for us. We had twins born at 24 weeks, and I had to do something after we got out and we were finally out of that rut and situation, and I had to do something to get back to being me. I'm 33 years old. I'm a guidance counselor. I'm, just like your everyday person. I go to work every day. I do my thing. I have twin 1-year-olds. But I had to do something for myself to get out of the position that I was in. I had gained so much weight from being in the NICU and going through what we went through with premature twins. And I had no idea what I was getting myself into. Really had no idea. Called wrong one day.
I gotta ask you something about that though, because no, seriously, people don't get. My son was premature. 19. He's gonna be 19 in February, right? So it's absolutely amazing, and
it was amazing. I know.
It's a miracle that
he was 2 pounds, right?
He was 2 pounds, just under 2 pounds.
So. Yeah, so
it's amazing, right?
It is amazing.
And people have so many, I'll call it like good reasons to not get in shape.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, I was that person. I had every reason in the book not to do it, every reason not to get up and work out, sit on my couch and eat my emotions, because that's what we do. That's what I did all my life.
It's true, but people let everyday things get in the way. Their job, maybe money problems.
Oh yeah.
Maybe stress, just everyday stress. But here, you're a person who had legitimate amount of stress.
Yeah, I did. I mean, we're at many doctor's appointments weekly, still are monthly. I mean, my daughter I went through 4 sedated tests in the past 2 months between my 2 kids. So we still have stuff, but you make the time and you make it for yourself. And I just found a way to do that. I mean, when I started in the summer, it was summer for me, so I wasn't working. It was much easier, obviously, so I was going at night. And then September hit, and I was like, what am I going to do? I have to go back to work, but I love this. I love what I'm doing with myself. I have to figure this out. So, I got my butt up, and everyone's like, what? You get your butt up? You go to 6 a.m. class before you come to work? I'm like, yeah, well, the babies are sleeping, and it was getting too hard at night with their bedtime and me missing bedtime. I couldn't do that anymore. So, yeah, I get my butt up every day, and I go to 6 a.m. class now.
What would you say to people that have these excuses? I call them good reasons, but they're really
I get it. I was that person that had all of those reasons and excuses, and I still can make them, but I choose not to anymore. I have to make the time for me. It's actually your time. That's my 45 minutes that no one can take away from me, and I don't like to miss a day. I get very upset when I miss a day.
That's awesome.
So you have to make the time. There is a way to do it. You're just trying not to, I guess you could say. You're trying to find a way that will make you not do it, but there is a way. There's always a way.
Because
to find
you said
that time.
It seems that it's sort of a mental game because you
It really
chose.
is.
You said
it really
you,
is.
you, know,
You
I
have
just
to choose
chose.
it, and you have to want to do it. Like, no one can make you do it. So, like, I want to do it. I want to get myself up every day, and I want to feel good about myself, and I want to feel good about what I'm doing, because if I feel good, everyone around me feels good. And that's kind of the point of being here today. Like, I love to help motivate people too. Like,
that's awesome.
so, and this is not something that I would normally do ever. So,
It's stepping out of your comfort zone.
yeah, I'm stepping out of my comfort zone a little bit more each day, and I have the Max to thank for that, for sure.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So would you say there was like a defining moment where you kind of drew a line in the sand and said, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
I'm going to put all these excuses behind me, and I'm going to make time for myself and just make this happen.
Yeah, well, definitely. Well, even in the beginning when I talked to Ron, I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I'm just going to have to make it work, and people are going to have to help me. Like, my family's going to have to help me with the kids. So when I first committed, I was like, if I do this, like, and I told Ron the first day I talked to him, I said, if I do this, I'm going to commit 110%. And I'm going to be that person that goes all the way. And I did. That's exactly what I did. So I kind of stuck to it from my first day.
Right.
I mean, but it wasn't easy. Like, I walked into that gym and I was like, what did I get myself into? Like, I don't even think I could do any of this.
That's awesome.
So
tell me a little bit more about that, because I think a
Yeah.
lot of people
Oh, yeah.
experience that and
It's true.
they don't continue because
Yep.
they think that it's isolated, they're alone, right?
Yeah,
You know,
but
they
you're
come in the
not,
first
and-
day and they're like, oh my
Yeah.
God, what did I get myself into?
Right,
They look at everyone
right.
else and think all these confident people.
yeah, I mean, the good thing was, like, there was diversity in the classes, which I thought was really cool. So that kind of helped me the first day. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not like the heaviest person in here, or yeah, there's a couple of skinnier people, but like, and I tried, at first you compare yourself to everybody else, but I tried to focus on me, and that's important. But it's also a community like I've never seen before. Like, I've never been to a gym where, like, everyone's my friend now. Like, we look forward to seeing each other every day. And when we don't, we ask how we're doing, or why we're not there, or why we're missing a class. Like, it becomes a community, and you build these friendships that last even when people move on. Like, I have a good friend that I made at the gym, and we talk all the time, even though she's no longer there right now. But you build these friendships and relationships, and you build each other up. Like, the whole community. It's not, I mean, the trainers and the owners, everyone, down to the people in the gym.
That's awesome.
It's pretty cool. So yeah, the first week was really hard for me. I was like, how am I going to do this? I just did it day by day. I mean, yeah, I was slower in the beginning, and yeah, I had to modify in the beginning, but now I don't modify at all. So
how did you feel at the end of even just the first week after having completed 5 classes?
I was sore and hungry. No, it wasn't easy, but I felt good. I felt like I accomplished something that I've never accomplished in my life, honestly.
And were you
Because
really actually sore? Like, terribly sore? Yeah.
I was, yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Well, I've never worked out like that before.
And
Like,
did you consider, like, okay, I'm not going to go there on Monday. This is crazy. I can't.
no,
even-
I liked it. Like, I couldn't wait for Monday. Like, I hated missing that weekend. Like, I was excited to go back and see what I could do next week.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Did you miss any classes during the 10 weeks?
During my first 10 weeks, I don't think so. Not during the first challenge. I may have missed one, if that.
That is awesome.
I got trying to remember when I hurt my back last challenge, and I was out. My doctor told me I had to be out for 3 weeks, and I almost flipped.
Were you really out
But
for
I
3
did
weeks?
okay. I was. I had to, because I tried going back. He said, try going back after a week. I went back, and then it came back really bad, and I was almost in tears in class because I couldn't do what I normally could do. So he was like, you have to really stay out 2 weeks. So I gave it another 2 weeks, stayed with my nutrition, still lost weight for those 4 weeks because of the nutrition I stuck to, and then just went back. Went
That's
back with
awesome.
excitement.
Talk about that a little
Yeah.
bit, because I think people, I
It
know a lot of people
happens. It
choose,
happens.
well, they flip themselves out with their nutrition.
Yeah.
You know, they
yeah.
say at the beginning, you know what, if I just exercise and maybe do 50% of the nutrition, then I'll get 50% of the results. But you
No,
seem
I
like
mean,
110%.
I'm 110% in. So when I said I was doing this, I was committing to everything, and I was following it. I mean, you said it works. It does. It works. And it's easy, because all you have to do is follow the nutrition and go to class for 45 minutes a day, like 5 days a week. It's easy. It's that simple. And the nutrition is not terrible. You're not going to die. Like, it's fine, and you find creative ways to work with it. Like, it's a good, normal way of losing weight.
What really drives you? Is it just to look better, to feel better, to set an example for
It's a little bit of everything. I'm big with setting the example and motivating others. I love to motivate others, and like I'm a guidance counselor, so I love, kids look up to me, and my kids, I want them to have someone healthy, and I think about them and what they went through and how much they fought, and I should be fighting for my health the same way because I want to be here for them as long as I can. So, but I definitely I do want to look good and I do want to feel good, and I feel better and I look better than I have in a really long time. And it definitely, it's awesome. It's amazing.
What about obstacles with the nutrition? Are there pitfalls that you've learned how to overcome? Or
Yeah, definitely some cravings. I've learned to, the sugar was hard for me in the beginning. It was really hard for me in the beginning. I had a migraine for about a week. I was getting worried. I was like, why won't this headache go away? Because I've gotten headaches before, but this one lasted, and I would wake up with it and go to sleep with it. But I just pushed through and knew that it would eventually go away, that just like we get addicted to other things, we get addicted to sugar. So I kind of let it, run out of me. And now I could say I'm in a place where nothing phases, the nutrition doesn't bother me. I look forward to my treat meal, and that's what it is, and then I move on, and then I start fresh the next day, and it doesn't phase me.
It's almost like you're
trying to think of
taste buds.
Yeah, they change, really.
Right?
Yeah, they definitely do.
Whereas before you might crave.
I was just going to say that, I crave things for my treat meal that I would have never craved before. I used to love, my bowl of pasta. I'm Italian, and all we have is food in the house all the time. So that's what I thought I was going to want every week, and I want a bacon cheeseburger every week. That's what I have for my treat meal.
And do you get that? Is that what you get?
That's what I get. Once in a while I'll go off of it, but usually I want that bacon cheeseburger with french fries, and that's what I get for my treat meal.
But do you find that you like the healthier foods that you didn't like
I do
before?
like the healthier foods, yeah. And eating more vegetables. Vegetables, that was one thing that I had to overcome because I am not a vegetable person, never was. So eating that many vegetables in a day, I was like, how the hell am I going to do this? Honestly, I did not know how I was going to do it. But I prepped. I tried to prep. Prepping was hard for me too, because with the babies, I don't have time to prep. I mean, I have my parents, I have my husband to help, but prepping for a week, I don't have 4 hours on a Sunday to prep my food for a week. So I usually would just make sure I have everything in the house, and then each night when the kids went to bed, for me, that's what worked. I would prep for my next day for work for the day, my food, and I went day by day. So every night I prep for the next day. I usually have stuff ready. Lately, I've been doing a little more prep on Sunday, as far as cooking in bulk. This week I made some turkey spinach meatballs, and I made some grilled chicken, almost like fajitas with peppers and onions, and kind of prepackaged them for this week. But usually I would do the night before.
But it just goes to show,
that was hard for me.
If you want it, you can do it.
If you want it, you do it. You find the time. You really do.
Very busy person, a career, and you make it work. You definitely make it work. I mean, it really doesn't take all that long when you think about it. When you put it into perspective, how much time do we spend on our cell phones a day? Sitting before bed, even in your bed for an hour, do you have
playing
the
on your
app
phone.
That tells you how many?
Yeah, and now we have that.
4 hours a day. I mean, I looked at that
too.
one, and I was like, oh my gosh, 4 hours a day.
And that's what I think about money too, because people reach out to me all the time, because I like to do my posts, and I try to be inspirational. A lot of people have joined the Max because of me, and it's not I don't lie when I write my posts. It comes from the heart, and it's how I'm feeling, and it's what I've been able to accomplish that I've never been able to accomplish before. But even with money, because finances are another thing that come up, and I'm not that wealthy. I mean, my husband's a plumber, I'm a guidance counselor, average family. But really when you think about it, how much money do you spend on other things, and how much is the Max really going to cost? In the realm of things, it's something for you, and it's not
I
that
think if people
expensive
even looked at
if you
it
put it into
in
perspective.
terms of, if you're buying healthier food, so people think it's more money, but it's really not. Once you stop buying all the processed stuff, your bill actually goes down, and it would cover the food and the payment for the Max.
It does, or how many times you eat out during a week, minus that, because now you're only going to eat out once if you do that.
I'll tell you what else, people who get off the medications and no longer have the copay and things like this.
There's that too. Yeah.
Copay of 20, 30, 40, 50. It's crazy.
There's a lot of factors. My dad, too, he went on a health kick because of me. Also, he was inspired. Yeah, he has heart disease and diabetes and all the above. And his heart doctor was doing like a special group, and it was pretty similar stuff to like our diet. So we like now like make things together for dinner, and he lost about 30 pounds, and he got off some meds too. So
that's great.
The medicine part is incredible, and getting people like healthier, it's amazing.
So how do you feel different? Do you have more energy? Do you feel
more energy? I'm happier. I'm a happier person. More motivated. I don't get out of breath for anything. I'm more motivated to do everything. Like just happier and run around happy.
And I'd ask if it helps you even be better in your job as a guidance counselor, but it seems
everything,
like it
every
has to,
aspect
right?
of your life. Because when you're happy and you're healthy, it comes off in everything that you do. Really, it does.
And I'm sure that people around you at work and your family, they're like, "What are you doing?"
Oh yeah,
this
it's pretty
amazing.
crazy. I just wrote a post recently about like the comments that people give me, because I'm not. That's also another thing like I have to get used to is like accepting compliments, because I'm not very good at it. I'm not very good at saying thank you. But a lot of people like, oh wow, you look amazing. Or like one day I was in somebody's classroom and I was like bending down in the fridge to get a soda, and she was like looking at me like all weird, and I'm like, I turn and I look at her and she's like, is that you, Melissa? She didn't even recognize me. It was hysterical. She's like, you didn't even look like you from the back. And like someone was like, oh, you're shrinking like every day. Like, what are you doing? So
that is awesome.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
I don't know about you, but for me, when people would give me compliments like that, it would make me feel even better inside.
Yeah, and more motivated.
And
you want
the
to
next
keep
day
going.
you keep
You're
going,
like, I'm
and
going
it
to keep
just
doing
becomes
this.
kind of like a snowball effect.
Yeah, it is really, really neat. Yeah.
Did you have the opposite at all, where people were sort of unknowingly sabotaging you and trying to pull you down?
I mean, I don't know if it's like putting down on purpose, but like drawing you into like what they're doing to kind of, I think they want like affirmation that it's okay for what they're doing.
Like
so like
misery
if they're
loves company type
yeah,
of
like
thing.
if they're eating something bad, oh, it's okay, you can have like a spoonful or whatever, like it's not going to hurt you, like type of thing, because I think that they want to feel okay about it. That's what I've learned. But at home it happens a lot. I mean, obviously I have the kids, they don't eat. I mean, I try to feed them healthy things. Like you'll see some of my posts, like I'll make them my healthy breakfast pancake and they'll eat with me, and like I try to feed them whenever I'm feeding them, but sometimes they eat their chicken fingers, and sometimes my family, because we live with my parents now because they help with the twins. So, I mean, everyone's eating different things. It's not easy, and sometimes, you know, if like I look like I want something, my mom and the Italian will in her will just be like, it's okay, like you can have a little bit, it's not going to kill you. Like I'm like, no, it's okay, I'm good. So just like
I know even
naturally,
as kids get older, you know, like appetizers in restaurants, like fried mozzarella sticks and all this, like they would order, and you know, people would tell me, well, it's okay, and I'm like, actually, it's really not okay. I mean, this is really bad, and if you're eating that stuff on a regular basis, it's literally poison.
Yeah, when I was in the NICU, I mean, I was surviving. You survive, and you know when you're in that position, because it happened to you. But I would go home at night, like really late, and I would sleep and be a nervous wreck all night when I was away from them, and then I'd wake up in the morning and I'd be like, I'm not doing anything. I'm going to the hospital. And you just eat there, and you eat what people give you, and you order food to the hospital, and you go out in town, like when someone grabs you to take you out for something to eat, and that's what I did for 130 days. Like you survive.
It's absolutely insane. You know, people create all these seemingly good reasons, right? But here, like anybody looking at your situation would say you have a pretty good reason. I mean, your kids were in the hospital for 130 days straight. People just, sometimes I think if you've never been in that position, you don't realize what that's like. Every single day is just up and down, it's very stressful.
It's very stressful. Which I mean, and I gained a lot of weight because I weighed so much more when I left that hospital with the babies than I did even after I gave birth to them, like, because that's what you're eating.
Yeah.
But
something that I took from the experience that really helped me moving forward, because I started to realize like stress is just part of life, and
it is.
That situation just kind of amplified the way that I handled stress. Right?
Totally.
I was probably handling stress with food all along, but it kind of just amplified it times 1,000, and I gained a tremendous amount of weight.
Yep.
And then I made a commitment after I got into shape and started to realize, I said, you know, next time stress comes up, I'm going to handle it. I'm going to be ready. I'm going to handle it differently. And man, I've had family members in the hospital, never my kids, thank God, but you know, family members in the hospital and ups and downs, and just made sure that no matter what was going on, I handle it differently.
Yeah, like next time I'll ask for what I need when someone asks me, like I need healthy cooked meals or whatever. Like you learn. Now I will, but
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Well, hopefully there's not a next time.
But we all have stuff. We all have stuff. Like I've been through more than just that. Like we all have things that we go through, but it's what you make of them and how you come out of them that really makes a difference. And the Max definitely has helped me come out of what I've been through. And
That's great.
It's making me a better person every day.
People tell me, I hear that a lot, and what I always
It's
say
true.
back to people, but the other part of the truth is that you're doing it.
Yeah.
You did it.
Yeah,
Right? Like
that's
the Max did it, had a part in it, but didn't do it. Like people
had
have
to
a
do
choice.
it.
Like
Yeah,
you showed
do.
up and you gave it 110%.
Yep.
You showed up.
Yep.
And you decided that you weren't going to be, we used to
That's
call it a
true.
70%er. You know, someone
No.
comes in and does it 70% of the way.
You can't. You
No.
can't. And it was funny because someone came up to me, one of the members in our morning class, she came up to me a couple of months ago. She was on her first challenge. She was like on week 6 or something. And she was like, I'm so upset. Like I haven't been losing weight. I don't understand. Like I was like, well, what are you doing? Are you following the nutrition? Are you, you're coming to class because I see you here every day. She was like, well, every time we go out on the weekend and I try to do a treat meal, my husband says not to, that I'm going to ruin my diet. I'm like, are you nuts? You go out this weekend and you have that treat meal. And she lost weight every week since.
Oh, that's
I'm
awesome.
like, you have to have it. That's part of the plan. Follow the plan. I know it's
Yeah.
hard, but
You
follow
got
the
to
plan.
get those cravings out of your system so that
You
you
have
can
to.
crush it totally the
But
rest of
it
the
also,
week.
the science behind it, it works.
Yeah.
Like, it
Yeah.
totally works. So I lose more weight after a treat meal than I do before. So,
That's great.
yeah.
So you followed it to the
I followed
T,
it to a
100%.
T. Yes. And then afterwards, I was like, whoa, we need to talk about this because now I don't know where to go, like after that 10 weeks. But there's a plan and they work with you and they help you, there's a plan for legacy and figuring out where you want to be and what your goals are. And also the owners like Ron and Lauren are great about helping everyone individually with whatever they need.
Yeah.
So
Now I'm going to
it's
say something
important.
about Ron and Lauren because all the owners throughout the Max are tremendous people.
I was going to say, like, every
but Ron
center
and
has to
Lauren
have.
are like totally
They're-
like off the charts. Absolutely
they
amazing.
really are. And the
They're
involvement
amazing.
that they have like with the community and with us in the gym and the trainers, like their involvement with us is off the charts. Like you don't get that anywhere. Like you don't get that personalization anywhere. Like they know everyone.
Yes.
Everyone by name, everyone's goals. It's amazing to me.
What would you say to somebody that's been thinking about either the Max Challenge or even just getting their life in order? They know they have to get in shape.
Just don't think anymore. Stop thinking, just do it. Like I would say just do it. Like that's what I did. I jumped in. You just do it. You just go with it, and then once you start walking through the doors is probably the hardest, but the magic that happens behind those walls and behind those doors is like anything you've ever experienced before, to be honest.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What
pretty
about
cool.
somebody who's just their back is up against the wall? They're doing it and they're not losing weight or they're not achieving their goals and they're not saying, what would you have to say
I
to
would
that
say
person?
stick with it because sometimes you don't lose that weight that you want to lose in the beginning because your body's adjusting, but then a few weeks in, you'll start losing more. Stick with it, speak up, ask for help, like try to figure out what you're missing
good
because
advice.
there's so many people to help you. Like members will be so helpful, especially legacy ones that have done it before. The owners themselves will be helpful. They're always, at least mine are always available via text or like through a message on Facebook. The community, like I think that's important, like on social media, like the secret page, like we support each other so much. And anytime you have a question, I think it gets answered within like 10 seconds. So just speak up. Like if you're in a rut or you're feeling down about like where you're at, speak up and just get some help. Like there's so many people that will help you.
That's great.
Yeah, the trainers,
We're always as parents telling our kids, do your best, try your
Yeah.
hardest,
that's it.
persevere,
Yeah.
give it your all, reach your
Right.
potential, right?
And then we don't do it.
And then we don't do it, but this is a chance
It's
for
true.
people to do it.
This is a
And
chance, yeah.
someone once said to me, monkey see, monkey do.
Right.
And
Right.
we could talk until we're blue in the face to our kids about eating better, be healthy.
Yeah. You gotta do it.
But when they see us doing it, man,
It's different.
yeah.
Yeah, so many people have joined just from like seeing me or seeing my results or like, people all over that know me. So it's pretty cool. And I hope that I motivate you enough to keep going and to push for your goals because that's what I'm doing. Like I'm not near my goal. I still have a bunch more weight that I want to lose. Like I want to be healthier than I've ever been before in my life. And I will get there.
You know what? I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you will, right? Like actually on the wall over there, it says not if, but when.
But when.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And I notice the way that people talk sometimes, they say, if I could only, if.
Yeah, no,
if,
I will,
if.
right?
But the way that you said that you're going to do it, I know that beyond a shadow of a doubt. And when you do, man, like
I'm coming back here.
You're coming back.
Talk about it.
Yep, and we're gonna
but yeah, I know I will get there. I mean, it takes time. That's the other thing I wanted to say. Like, it doesn't happen tomorrow. We all want things. We're so impatient in our world and our life, right, with everything. And I understand now that losing weight the right way and doing this the right way, it takes time. So there might be a week, and the scale isn't always everything. Like, I think I lost more inches than I lost in pounds, but it takes time. Like, it's a slow progress. And it's not even that slow. I mean, I lost 50 pounds since July. So
wow.
8 months, that's not that long. I mean, I'm just at 50 like now. Right? So, I mean, that's not even that long when you think about it in the grand scheme of things. Like,
no, it's
what?
Not
that's
long
how long
at
we
all.
were in the NICU, right? Like, it's not that long.
It seems long at the beginning, right? But
it feels,
when you get through where you are now, like the dramatic change that you've made in your life.
Right, in 6 months.
You've got your whole life ahead of you.
Right.
And it was just 6 months.
Yeah,
Just tiny
it's
little
crazy when you think of it that way. So that helps to think of it that way. Like, yeah, it seems slow, but it's really not when you, in the grand scheme of things, when you look at life and like what you're doing.
Yeah, and you're developing the habits that are going to carry through for a lifetime.
Yep.
Rather than some crazy crash diet where you drink.
And I do
shakes
believe that. I do believe that.
That doesn't work.
No.
It comes right back on.
And I've been on diets before, and I need, like, I don't know about everybody else, but I need nutrition and exercise to lose weight. Like, I can't just do one piece of it. It doesn't work for me. Like, some people, I don't know, they can eat right and lose a lot of weight, but I can't. I need both pieces, and this balance is awesome because classes aren't that long. They're fun. Like, you don't want to miss a day, and then having the nutrition piece, like, that's the combo for me. And I'm sure that's the combo for a lot of other people because you need a special combination to do what we do.
And it really truly is nutrition.
Yeah,
right? It's
nutrition
not
is a big
about
key.
Eating frozen food.
No, and I wouldn't even say it's dieting. Like you said, like
counting.
It's a way of living. Like it's a different way of living. Like I don't count anything anymore. I know what I need to eat. Like I don't really need to even measure. I use my cup still to measure things, but I pretty much know like what I need to do now. And it's become a habit, not a diet.
You don't actually have to put the chicken in the container.
Right, like I know.
It's the right
exactly.
size.
That and just like knowing what I need to eat, like I kind of know what I need to eat. I don't need to refer to books or anything or like, you know, like how people feel when they're on a diet. Like, and that's what I did the first 10 weeks. I did it. But then like you get used to it. It becomes a habit. Mm-hmm. So.
That's great. Well, I think you've helped a lot of people by being here today.
I hope so.
And I'm super pumped up. I'm jacked out of my skull.
Yeah, I'm excited.
This is going to be great.
It's
Let's give a high five.
Yes.
All
Thank
right,
you.
guys. Don't
Take
forget,
it to the max.
Take it to the max.